Hi everyone, welcome to the very first We Are Not All Berkeley Hunts podcast, videocast, whatever you want to call it really. For those of you who don't know what a Berkeley Hunt is, Google it. I shall say no more. Okay, I thought long and hard about this podcast, how I would start it and what I would say. I'll tell you right off the bat that this podcast is not suitable for children. Not because of the content, but because I swear. I make no apologies for my swearing. If you do not like sweary content, do not watch. You've been warned, so I don't want to see any more comments about, oh, I don't like what she said, she's swearing. Don't fucking listen. Anyway, that aside. My first podcast is going to be about how I feel and deal, or not deal, with grief. If I cry, if I stutter, deal with it. I'm not going to airbrush anything. So, those of you who have been following a bit about what I do and what I have been doing, just over 19 months ago, my daughter Lily passed away. She passed a week after her 14th birthday. So, that sucks. Big time. If you don't know our story, then you can look it up on the internet. You can buy the book. I've written a book. It's called Musings of a Grieving Mum, and it's due to be released towards the end of this year. Austin Macaulay Publishers. So when I have a release date, obviously I'll let you guys know. Anyway, that's not the point of this video. It has bearing, but it's not the point. Dealing with the loss of somebody close to you, it can go so many ways, can't it? I don't hold with this, well, for me at least, with this grief is in stages. It's not a fucking shopping list. You don't start with the apples and finish with the broccoli. There is nothing clear cut about grief. And there is definitely no such thing as waterproof mascara when you're grieving. Your eyeballs forget to function as something to see with, and all they do are ever running spigots of water. Strange but true. Anyway, for me, my grief is mainly fueled by anger. I'm not angry with God. Don't believe in God. Stopped believing in God way before everything that happened with Lils. So God's got nothing to do with it. If you believe in God, good. I don't. I believe in people's actions. I don't believe in what people say as such. I've had many people saying to me, when Lils was ill and the immediate aftermath of her passing, we're here for you, we're by your side, we're behind you. Some of them are so fucking far behind, right? They're not even a speck on the horizon. So I don't believe in any of that bullshit. The people that I care about are the people that have cared about Lils and me and my family since way before any of this had happened or has been going on. And they've been there for us. Friends, family. Some of the friends that I consider my very close friends, they haven't even met each other yet. But they're soulmates. As far as I'm concerned, they might have a different point of view. But you lot, you're my soulmates. Live with it. Anyway, so for me, I channel my grief, or try to, in different ways. I've become an activist into rare diseases, specifically into the disease that took Lily. Again, if you don't know what it is, follow our pages. Look up Lily on the internet. Buy the book. And to a certain extent, my grief is my oxygen, I suppose you could say. I've met so many fantastic people as a grieving parent that I wouldn't have met. And you think to yourself, there's no word for a parent that's lost a child. Maybe there should be. But what would you say? What could you say? What could you honestly say that could, in one word, describe a shredded soul? There isn't a word that I know of. But anyway. I try, as I said before, to channel my feelings for a positive outcome. So I've set myself goals. that we need, all of us, to understand how another person who is going through the shittiest time of their life may not want to have a constant barrage of phone calls. Are you okay? Are you okay? Constant invitation. Do you want to come here? Do you want to do that? Come for coffee. Let's go out here. Let's do this. Let's do that. Me personally, it does my head in. It does my head in. If I want to go somewhere, I will phone and I'll say, listen, if you want to do something with it, I haven't done it because I'm not ready for that. But I have had people come, I'm what you call a part-time shut-in. My brain isn't at the stage where I can work with people. People annoy me. Because a lot of the time, when they find out about the situation, they inevitably do not know how to react to somebody who's grieving. They don't know what to say. It's a constant case of foot and mouth disease, and that annoys me. I'd much rather somebody say to me, oh my God, I'm so sorry for your loss. Anyway, so today, now we have to do this, and leave it at that, to be perfectly honest. Having to describe it to people, how I feel and what I don't feel. You know, it's, well, you can't describe it really. I end up feeling bad for people who look so shocked and upset when I tell them what's happened. And 11's come to say hello. Hello, 11. You're going to be on my podcast. And that for me is, I feel guilty for upsetting other people, if you can believe it. So, yeah. Another thing that I feel guilty about at times, and I shouldn't, is having happy days where I can laugh like an idiot over something so absurdly stupid or funny. It's like there's somewhere, it's this unwritten thing that's somewhere that if you're happy when you're grieving, then you're not really grieving and you're looking for attention. Well, that's fucking bollocks. I know for a fact that my little girl will never happily see me crying. She wants me to be happy. Of course she does. She loves me. I love her. If the roles were reversed and I wasn't here and Lily was, I wouldn't want her to be suffocating herself in grief and sorrow. That's no life. We have to try and give ourselves the time that we need to you can't ever overcome grief. But I think you can learn to find some middle ground that suits you, not somebody else. It needs to suit you. It has to be what's right for you, which is what I try to do. Anyway, so don't feel guilty about being happy. It's my advice. Don't feel guilty for not feeling happy. I've got good days and I've got bad days, and I've just got days that are days. I've got fantastic support. And when I say I'm going dark, I need to regroup and get myself back to a certain level where I can communicate or be able to communicate, then I'll get back in touch. And those who truly know me and understand me and care for me, they're okay with that. I don't have to explain myself. And if you're grieving and you have to start explaining yourself to other people for them to get some kind of understanding of where your brain is at, then they're the wrong people to be around you. They really are. You need to be able to communicate in 3 words or less, I suppose, how you feel without having to explain how you feel. If you can do that, then you, I think, begin to understand your grieving process. It will boomerang. It will always boomerang. You know, I mark every month, because I'm on social media and everything like that, but I mark every month and I just write a number. So come October the 13th, I'll just write the number 20, and people who know, they know. There's no need for comments or anything like that. They know. And if you've got people like that around you when you're grieving, then you've got a fantastic support group. You've got the best support group going. You really do. So, anyway, this has been my introduction into a bit of how my grief process works. All been on the fly, but stay tuned for more. And remember, we are not all Berkeley Hunts. Bye.